Welcome, everyone. How are we doing today?
Great.
Doing well, Professor.
Good, good. I have a little bit of a sore throat. I've been sick for a while, so we're going to keep this short. So we got a little over 100 people. So wait for a few more to trickle in here before we get started. Not going to be too much participation, so don't worry about it. I'm going to talk for a little bit and then we're going to take off. Joshua, you here yet?
Hi, I'm here. Hi, everybody. I'm Josh, your TA.
This is Josh, everybody. He's going to be your TA. He's an anthropology major. So
That's right.
So we can give him a hard time about business.
Sounds good. I'm ready for it.
I don't know why they did that, but that's fine. I'm not complaining. So anything exciting anybody wants to share before we get started? Okay, so pretty much we're going to have a static Zoom meeting, the one that I sent you, that I emailed you. That'll pretty much be the meeting that we're going to have for the rest of the quarter, unless there's some issues with that. There's been some cases of Zoom bombing and a few other issues, but I had never had a problem. So as long as we don't have a problem, I don't have to change it. Anybody gives me any shit, I'll just kick them out. And then pretty much I can mute anybody or unmute or kick you out permanently. So. And what else we got? So we're going to go over the syllabus today. And then as you can tell, my throat is pretty sore. So I'm going to try and do that quickly. And then I'm going to answer any questions. And then the office hours are in the morning, but I'll always be available before this class and after this class. So we can you can talk to me then. And if you want to talk to me in private, that's fine. I just kick everybody out and then let people in as we go along. Questions about that? No? You guys ready to go over the syllabus? All 50 pages of it, whatever it is? I know. Can't say it's not on the syllabus. Well, you could. All right. So what do we got going on here? All right. So this is Business 109, Section 30. There's two sections that I'm teaching. Both sections, I have absolutely nothing to do with who takes what class. If you want to switch classes, talk to your advisor. I do not actually have any problems with that. I never do. If you want to add this class or add the other class, that's fine too. If there's conflicts, some people have work conflicts, other conflicts, that's fine. I have no problem with that. So just need to talk to your advisor because it's above my pay scale. I can't do anything about it. So, all right. So this class is going to be live from 3:30 till whenever we're finished. Joshua Lito, did I say it right, Josh?
Yeah, that's correct.
Going to be your TA. So besides doing the midterm and the finals, he's going to be grading all your papers. So if you want to argue with him, go ahead. I have the final say. So remember, be nice. Get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Okay, so this is going to be live Monday and Wednesday, 3:30 until we're finished. Course materials, everything should be in course materials or on iLearn until they switch over to Canvas. So we'll be using iLearn for now. Zoom is going to be a static a meeting, so you don't have to do anything, just follow the link. Just like with your other classes on iLearn, the chalkboard, you'll have your syllabus, assignments, class lectures, discussion, papers, quizzes, anything else that you need. Okay, I do have a YouTube channel open, so if you want to look and see what we've been discussing, you can do that. I'll also post the lectures on iLearn. Course learning objective, critical thinking. I don't want you to just read a bunch of bullshit in the book and then regurgitate it, because that's not going to do anybody any good. This class is all about critical thinking. Yes, I'm sorry, you're going to actually have to use your brain, and I'm going to make you do that. So just think, it's not going to just kick back and answer some bullshit thing from the book. You can actually have to do some critical thinking. All right, where we go. Late assignments, I'll accept assignments for a few days after the date, but after that, they're pretty much useless. So turn in your assignments. Case studies, you can use whatever edition you want of this book, but just make sure that the case studies are in the book, at the back of the book. They're all the ones we're going to be using are in the back of the book. So I will do the questions for the case studies and post them. So this is information for the textbook, class lectures, slide presentations. You guys are expected to show up, enjoy, and we're going to be doing some breakout stuff. So, okay, the entire syllabus is mandatory reading as your final group project is included. Grading policy, I think 5% last quarter got about A+. So pretty much about the top 20% got A's. So if you do your work, turn it in on time, you'll pretty much almost get an A, unless you really fuck up. And I had a few of those. Okay, grades will be posted throughout the term. If you don't come and see me within a week, I'm not going to do anything about your grade. If you have any questions about it, I'm usually pretty fair about grading. I do grade on a curve, so that's something that's always good. The mini cases and mini chapter papers, superior critical thinking, you get 5 points, 4 points, 3, 2, 1, 0, and so on and so forth. Mini cases are going to be 2 pages. Everything's going to be single spaced. This is not, I don't want academic reports from you. I want actually consulting reports. I want you to be concise, to the point. I don't want you to bullshit a bunch of crap. Mini chapter papers are 1 page long. I want you to take something that is from the current events and write about something that from your textbook that on that chapter, and put them together and make something comprehensible and something that you're going to do some critical thinking about. Okay. Plagiarism, I don't like it. They won't tolerate it. 20% or more will be rejected. You have to do it over. I don't give a shit what your excuse is. 20%, that's it. Yes, show up on class online. Yes, I will be taking attendance. Actually, Joshua will be taking attendance. So if your name is not the same as the roster on your Zoom, then you're going to be marked absent. Yes, you will participate in class and then breakout sessions. Fun stuff, right? All right. So let me see. Discussion sessions. I'm going to, that'll be part of your class participation. I'll be posting that up on iLearn. So you'll be doing a discussion and then you'll answer somebody else's post, respond to somebody else's post. All right, so no disruptive behavior. Like I said, I'll kick you out. Let's see. Okay, so midterm and final exams. The midterm and final exams are going to be, I'll give you a few days to work on those. There'll be like a case study. You'll have to do something critical thinking about it. And pretty much how it, what relates to what we're studying in the book, the extra stuff that I give you. I like to give a lot of extra stuff because the book is, for lack of a better term, crap. It doesn't have a lot of good. It doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, but it has some good stuff and some good basic stuff in there. So we'll relate to how it relates to the book, how it relates to your midterm and your final will be pretty much about the same. Okay, so your final group project, consulting case for Cascade Ceramics Company. This is mandatory reading, so you're going to read it. You're going to be in groups of 9 to 10 students. You can pick your own groups. If you don't get a group by then, Josh will put you into a group. I would like you to stay in your discussion sessions with your groups. That way you'll have, you can work together on those. I know Josh probably has some great stuff for you in your discussion groups. So we'll get together and discuss that later. So this is basically a consulting problem. And you're going to act as consultants working through this project. And for most case in this class, I want you to work as consultants. You guys are not students, you're consultants. You're almost graduated, right? Everybody's graduating. You guys are going to be going on to bigger and better things. Pretty much everything you do in work, if you're not going to go into academia, you're going to be working as a consultant, even in sales or whatever thing you think you're going to be doing. Even if it's not too much business related, you're still going to be consulting. You're going to find out who, why, where, when, and how, and you're going to be solving problems. All right, so the final paper, last quarter I did 75 pages only because the students wanted me to give them a definite, here it is right here. They wanted me to give them a definite how many pages. Well, this time we're going to do 50 because 75 they just filled it full of bullshit. So a consulting report is concise, to the point, and you tell the customer, you give the customer exactly what they want. So we will be going over a lot of this stuff as the quarter progresses. So don't feel like you're missing out on anything. You don't have to ask me a million questions. I will keep relating more and more information. UCR integrity statement, mission statement, all this stuff you've seen before. Following are some sections that might help you get through the semester. Create a study spot, dedicate to your work. Design a schedule for yourself. I know it's kind of difficult, some of these things, but definitely if you can get yourself into a routine, into a schedule, it helps. Check your Blackboard and iLearn email accounts daily for updated information. Usually when I do an announcement, you'll get an email for that. And that's how I communicate, mostly through the announcements. There's a lot of free internet companies out there. If you guys want to upgrade, contact your internet company. There's some faster and free stuff up there. Okay, contact UCR Resources Facility if you're having problems. Here are some information for you. So if you're having problems, don't wait until the last minute to tell me. First of all, I'm not going to give a shit if you wait until the last minute. Secondly, if you tell me before, at least I can help you. So stay positive, communicate. Make sure you communicate not with just me, but Joshua and your other professors too. They would appreciate it, telling us what's going on. If you haven't done the survey, do the survey. It's worth 10 points. All right. So we're the mini chapter pages. Those are due before class. We're not going to do chapters 1 and 2. I'm going to give you a freebie on that. So, but most of the time, those will be done before the beginning of class on Monday. Many cases will be done. I will post the questions for those. Those will also be due at 9 a.m. in the mornings. Okay, so we got Walmart, Southwest, Nike, Samsung, and Uber. For our mini cases, midterms, this is subject to change. So in case we need to change anything. All right, what questions do you have for me?
Wait, earlier you said that they were due at 9 a.m. since our class is at 3:30. Is it due at 3:30 or is it due at 9 a.m.?
Yeah, still 9 a.m. That's before class, right? Is it 9 a.m. before our class?
Yes.
Okay then. But for you,
Is there one due every week?
every week. Like I said, there's plenty of opportunities to do stuff. Yes, you're allowed to work with people in other sections on your final project. However, I do not recommend it, but just like in the real world, you have people working from China, India, Europe, all in different time zones, all in different sections. So if you can learn how to deal with that, the more the better. So yes, you can work with different people in different sections in your final group. Everything's single spaced in this class, if that answers your questions. I love single space because double space looks so academic and so boring, and who wants that, right? I mean, how many people here are going to be professors or going to graduate school? Maybe a couple, a few. Everything else you're going to be writing for your boss, they're going to want single space. It's all about after school. I like to have cameras on. I don't like to be the only person out here with my face. I like to see your bright, shiny faces. So yes, I like the cameras on. Obviously, some people have some issues with cameras or issues with internet. So I'm not going to hold it against you. But then again, everybody I know always gets an A, right? If I recognize your face, you get an A usually. And if you are thinking about going to graduate school, UCR is taking everybody. So if you have a pulse, you'll pretty much get in. Due Monday 1/11. I don't know. When's the first assignment? Let's see. First assignment is due 1/11. That's just the little one-page paper. Actually, Friday, you'll probably have a discussion thing due on Friday. So you'll have plenty of time, at least a few days. Questions? Alan, you look like you just want to ask something. What do you want? See, that's why I like to see your faces so I can call you out.
Professor, I do have a question. Do you post the material that we're going to be going over in class before class so that we can follow doing like our own notes, or?
I do not. Usually I'll post the slides at the end of the week. It's usually not that big of a deal. Do we have paper rubrics? Explain that, please, Tiffany.
Like, is there something that you want us to put in our paper? Like when you're grading them?
I already did. I gave you that.
Oh, okay.
The ones that I went through that were 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Those are the rubrics.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there like a template you want us to like follow, or just
Yeah, I'm gonna post a template for you guys. It's pretty easy. It's just it's an easy template. I'll post it. You guys can use it for your papers. That way everybody's consistent. It makes it really easy for Joshua to grade. Questions, concerns?
Yeah, what kind of work do you plan on having us do during our discussions?
What do you mean, what kind of work?
Oh, like some professors have us break out into groups on discussion and discuss things in class, or if there were specific like topics that you had in mind for us to do, like application type of stuff.
I usually have you guys do certain companies. What I'll do is do something on a different company and give you a specific assignment to do. And then you guys work on it as a group. You work on it offline as a group because you can't have like 100 people onto a shared doc. I don't know if you've ever tried that or not. It doesn't work very well. So I put you guys into in groups. I'll give you a couple of questions. I'll have you work on it that pertain to some of the information of the book and pertains to some of the other information that I would be giving you. And what it does is it's exercise for critical thinking. So it's not just reading and regurgitating. Did I answer your question, Angelica?
Oh, yes, of course. I just had a follow-up question regarding the prerequisites. Like, what are some like highlighted key things from our past classes that you think we'd be calling on when we go through your class?
Everything.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what you took. I don't know what your professors taught you. I have no idea.
Understood. Thank you.
But this is a capstone class, so everything that you're supposed to have learned, you should use. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. I'll stick around for a while if you guys have some questions. Pleasure meeting everyone.
Professor, I need to take attendance, right? So what's the best way to do this?
Get back to me in 2 weeks because people are going to move around.
Okay.
I usually don't do anything after the second week because people will drop the class or people will add. Usually not more than half a dozen people, but it's still kind of a pain in the ass. And by the way, somebody did miss 16 days last quarter and they didn't pass my class. So 16 days, that's half the classes. They missed half the classes. So like I said, it's an easy class. Show up, do your work, you'll get an A usually. Thank you, everyone. And I'll hang around for a while.
Thanks, Professor.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Professor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Professor. Have a good one.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you.
And Josh, hang out for a few minutes. I'll talk after we're done.
Yep, I'll wait. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, and Professor, I did have a question regarding the survey that you had us turn in. What usually happens after you read those? Like, should we get into contact with you on certain things regarding what you submit on the survey, or should we just
Basically,
leave it at that you have it in mind?
if there's something severe, reach out to me. I just want to make sure if somebody's missing 5, 6, 7 classes because they're in China and our class is at 3 o'clock in the morning or something ridiculous like that, I need to know. If there's some other issues, for example, last quarter I had quite a few people taking care of siblings that were teaching their younger ones at school. So at 9 o'clock, they were helping them getting on Zoom with their classes. And so, issues like that, that's what I need to know, so I give you a little bit of leeway so I'm not such a dick about it. You know, like I said, the guy who missed 16 classes, he was just a dick. So he had no excuse other than he didn't want to show up to my class.
Alrighty, thank you.
Welcome.
Professor,
Yes.
could you post the office hours links?
I'm sorry, what?
Could you post the office hours link?
Work with what? I'm not understanding.
Could you post the Zoom link for office hours?
Yeah, my Zoom, I have Zoom office hours. So if you need to talk to me, email me, set up an appointment, or see me right after this. Which reminds me.